You're watching PEGRI TV, Rhode Island's public access channel.
Salam. My name is Sheikh Abu Hakim Abdullah, President Chairman of Al Masjid Sharia Allah, a non-profit religious organization operating in the state of Rhode Island, USA. I've been coming to you for many years now, and there's so many things I hear that's trying to destroy the Islam, whether it's coming from outside or inside. There's many things trying to destroy us in our way of life. They say they're not trying to do that, but by their actions and deeds, by their conversation and words, it's nothing but trying to destroy us. You know, they're giving us all kinds of games and statements. Well, I'm going to trying to talk to you brothers and sisters that are believers, that's sincerely trying to keep the deen pure and the way it was given to us by Allah, subhanahu to Allah. The way He laid it down to us through the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the companions. The first thing I must say is this, that Islam is not a democratic program. It's not some democratic system where you can have the people saying that you can have the power of the people, whether they for it or against it, or whether they know what is right or wrong for us, but stand up and vote on something, and if 50 people say they want it, and 10 say they don't, the 40 win, it becomes law. That's not right. Many things we have did that too, and many things we're sorry about today. The whole system is all messed up. The democratic system is beginning to fall apart. And that's what they're trying to do to us, the Muslims. Trying to destroy our way of life with them. What I'm saying now is this. I hear people, I see people on television and on the news programs put up a scale of how many people for something, how many people against something, like they do in an election. Now that's good in an election in a democratic system, because that's the way they live. But the Islamic system does not do that. It does not put up amount of people that want something, amount of people that don't want something. Islam was brought to us at a time when people were running around half naked. People doing the same thing they do in the day. The exact same thing. Getting high, drinking, partying, shooting everything, gambling, stealing, rape, all that was going on in Mecca back in the days before pre-Islamic days. And Allah came up with the Islam. It was out before that, but it wasn't an organized system that people was following before that knowingly. After, when He gave it to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in Mecca, it became a known system that people will be able to follow. And that's what Islam's for, to take them away from the stuff that's happening around the neighborhoods and stuff. And that's what we got to do. We got to sit back and look at the real deal. And the real deal is that Islam is not a republic. It's not a democratic system. It's not a socialistic system. It's not a communist system. It's not none of those systems. Islam is a thing of its own. Islam is a way of life that is I myself call it a dictatorship, a good dictatorship from Allah, God. If you want to follow it, this is the way He puts it. If you want to follow, you must follow it by the letter. And we're not doing that. The other night I was looking at a program on the TV, and at the end, the brother said, well, I got a statistic for you all, or a measurement of what people want, what people don't want. So he's speaking about the veil and the Islamic dress. Well, he went to certain neighborhoods and talked to 500 here and 200 there, and that's the whole neighborhood, which is not. We all know that. That's not true. But a large amount of people, 45% of the people that he spoke to, he might not have spoken to more than 50, but 45% of them said they didn't like this, and they didn't like that, and they wanted it this way, wanted it that way. So let me show you what I mean. He asked them about the veil, the burqa, the veil, the non-baker. And he asked them, well, which one would you like to wear? Which one would you want in your neighborhoods? And the women said they was in favor of the non-baker, burqa, the non-veil. They wanted to wear the face showing and lipstick and all that. And he showed what they mean. There's a woman with lipstick on, a eyebrow pencil, rouge, lipstick on, and earrings hanging down to here. And this is what they want. Good. If you want that, leave Islam and go get it. This is the way I feel about it. Because Allah says you can't have it that way. So we can't have a deen follow God the way we want to follow God. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. It might work that way with your father and your mother, but it doesn't work that way with Allah. Allah has dictated and laid down a system of dress. And the veil is one of them. When he told the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ to tell his family, the women in his family, the friends of his family, the women outside in the community, and all that, to speak from behind a veil. And veil thy bust. Speak from behind a veil is one. Veil the bust is another. Show not the shape of your body. But he also told them that in Medina, in Mecca in the beginning, that said, wear your garments down, show it around your neck, cover your hair, cover your face, cover your hair, and wear your garment to the wrist, to the hand, and at the feet. That's what because they wasn't able to dress Islamically. There was no Islamic law at that time, other than that. Upon going to Medina is where the Sharia came about, and it was not after the Prophet Muhammad went to him. It was before the Prophet Muhammad went to him, which came out, and the Hadith came out with it. And it told them to speak from behind a veil. When you're speaking from behind a veil, this is what that means. Speak from behind a veil. Show not your face. And this is what they did. And the wives of the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ turned around, took a knife and cut a piece of their undergarment off, and turned around and put it to their face. And he shook his head. Yes, that is what it means. Now, we're supposed to obey the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ as if he came from Allah. That's an order. You can't tell him or me or anyone else that you want to do it the other way because you feel that 90% of the people want to do it the other way. 90% of the people always going to say they want to do it the way they want to do it. And you have nothing changing like that. Because Allah said, when the desires into the hearts of the believers, so is the devil. So is the devil. And we're walking around here with so many desires that our desires are going up equal to him. We worship our desires more than we are anything else. More than we are God, Allah. So I want to talk to you about that. That's what I'm doing now. I want you to turn around and begin to stand up and clean up our deen. You must tell people what they're supposed to do. And if they don't want to do it, then don't let them in the deen. Don't let them come around you. You can post orders. You can have a description of what you want to wear and what you're supposed to wear, especially in the United States. You can have a code in the United States that says to belong to this masjid, you must turn around and follow the laws, completely follow the laws of Allah and the book of Allah. So when it says veil thyself, when they speak from behind the veil, outside in the company of men and women, have a veil on your face, then that's what you must have. And if the people there, if the people said that's more, that's what they want to do, that's the kind of vote you must turn around and stand up for. What the law says to do, not what you want to do. And that's what's happening. This is not, like I said, this is not a democratic group. They done voted in narcotics. They're trying to make that a law. They're trying to make heroin legal. They try to make that a law. They done made homosexuality a law. That's legal. Yeah, it's outrageous. That's been illegal and wrong since the days when man first was come about. Don't think homosexuality is not a new thing, you know. That's been out since when man first came. Man was first born almost. It was out in the Quran. It was in the Quran 1,400 and something years ago. That's what it was, 1,400 something years ago. It was in the Quran about gayism. That's what it was in the Quran at that time. So we must try to clean up our deen. You brothers and sisters out there must stand up for what is right and what Allah says to do and what the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ has said to do. We must stand up for that. We can't have one brother walking around doing what he wants to do and a party of brothers and sisters that want to do what they want to do. They should do. And that's what's happening to us. We're walking around here accepting the people, accepting the so-called, what they call themselves, the moderate. Islam is not supposed to change because the people want something different this year. You can't streamline something because it's a year later, 100 years later. You want to streamline it when it's for the same purpose that was put here for the same purpose that's going on here now that was going on when this place put together. It's the same thing. We got things now today. It's a shame that's happening here in this country. And around the world this is happening. They're doing it around the world. And people are doing it. You cannot do it like that. You must clean your deen up. It's your responsibility to keep the deen clean. That's part of the duties that Allah put on us, to keep the Islam clean. Not to do what you want to do. And that's what we're doing, what we want to do. The so-called moderates are going to try to do it their way. The so-called professors are going to try to do it their way. There's a lot of people don't want to follow because they're so busy trying to follow the other ways of life, the so-called professional ways of life, the job way of life. And another thing, you know, I myself feel that I'm not going to look like everybody else. I'm not trying to look like the bad guy. I'm trying to look like the religious guy. And the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ wore the kind of clothes I wear today. And that's what I wear, the clothes that he wore. I don't have to. I'm not trying to look like the European. I'm not trying to look like the European. I'm not trying to look like the Canadian. I'm not trying to look like the Chinese, the original Chinese. I'm not trying to look like that. I'm trying to look like an Orthodox Muslim minister, a sheikh, what I am, an older brother, a leader. I'm trying to look like that and stay like that. So I came to you, and I'm saying this to you again, Islam is not a democracy. Islam is not something you can just turn around and take a vote and change. It doesn't work that way. And I'm tired of seeing that, where the European keep doing that stuff, trying to match us up with their thing. Where we barbaric. We're not dropping bombs on people. I'm not dropping a bomb on nobody. I'm not trying to destroy nobody. I'm not trying to kill a bunch of people. I'm not trying to do that. I'm not trying to take nothing from nobody. Matter of fact, all my life, I've been trying to get people together. But I don't say that we should marry different people. I myself will not marry somebody opposite from what I am. I can't see it. I cannot see marrying a person that's a Buddhist because it's opposite from what I believe. I can't see marrying somebody that's a Christian because it's opposite from what I believe. I don't believe God had any children. God has creations. All of us are creation of God. Not a son of God. Not the daughter of God. So I wouldn't marry a Christian. I wouldn't marry a Jewish person because it's opposite from what I believe. So all I would marry would be a Muslim. And I can't see brothers running around trying to get to marry people that's not Muslim. We're lost to leave that world alone. You can do business with Christians. He doesn't say you can't do business with Christians. He can't say you can't have a treaty with Christians. You can't open up a store with Christians. But just leave them alone with everything else. Let them do their thing and you do yours. It's like the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said one day when he met this Jewish guy and they was arguing, they was talking about religion and whatnot. So the Prophet said, to you, your way, I'm not going to worship what you worship, and you're not going to worship what I worship. To you, your way, and to me, my way. So let us part in peace. Salam. And that's the way he left it. And the Quran says we can't be involved, we can't bother with you with that. Matter of fact, we don't accept the statement about Christ being the Son of God. We don't accept that. You know, the way you say it, you say Mary is the mother of Jesus, and then Christ, again, God is the Father. Then what are you saying? That Mary and God had a relationship going on and produced Jesus Christ? But this is what they're saying. Jesus said, I come from your Father, that which is my Father, which is the Father's. He came, but he used that as a creation, which is our Creator. But we got it down to him being the Son. They got it down to him being the Son of God. So they got the three things: God, the Holy Ghost, Mary, and Jesus Christ, Father, the Son, and God, the Holy Ghost. So I'm trying to say this to you: we must turn around and clean our deen up. Or else it's going to just be. It's going to go out the window, and we're not going to have nothing. It's already confusing our children. Our children now are running around. They don't want to do it. They don't want to do anything. They don't want to pray. They don't want to dress with a kufi on their head. They don't want to go to school with garments on. They want to go to school with baseball caps on their head. The Yankees and the Dodgers and all that. Why? I've seen brothers come into mosques with figures on the back of their jackets. And this is against Islamic law to walk around with pictures on your jacket while people are praying. Where people are praying at. We don't deal with pictures on our jackets. We don't deal with pictures, period. I walk in people's houses, they got pictures all over the place. You don't have to walk in their house. You walk into places like Kuwait, the country, they got pictures of the king hanging on the wall, the queen, everybody else hanging on the wall. Outside in the street. Statues all up and down the street. It's against Islamic law, but yet they call themselves Muslims. You can't be a half a Muslim. There's no such thing. And it's got to stop. It must stop, and we must make it stop because that's our job. That's our job, to get out there and clean the deen up. And it can be done. Because it's what we are ordered to do. Brother walk into the masjid on Juma, smelling like a buffalo. Standing right next to everybody. When they ate a bunch of garlic and stuff, he turns around and says, Allahu Akbar, and the garlic blows in your face, and your whole prayer broke up. You just do like that, and your prayer messed around. He got onions all on his breath, and all that kind of stuff, and they don't even brush their teeth. This is the truth. The only time a brother can't do anything about his breath or her breath is when they fasting. When they fasting. And other times they can do something about their breath. They got things you can put in your mouth to change your breath. They got things that you can buy to walk in every you can pay and don't have to take off your slippers. If your feet stink, then turn around and buy some slippers. They got shoes, socks. They call them leather socks that go inside your shoes. And you can take off your shoe and walk in the leather socks. It keep your feet from stinking outside. So when the brother bends down to make a salat, and he bends down in sajda, he prostrates himself down to the ground, he turns around, and he hits this odor from somebody's feet, and his whole prayer is messed up. How many times that happened to you? Think about it. Think about the times it happened to you. I want you to understand. Think about it. Think about those things. And you understand what I'm talking about. And you say that, I want for my brother what I want for myself. And that's what you would do. You don't want to smell it, then you don't let them, don't do it to your brother. Alhamdulillah. You see? We're supposed to be doing this. This is called living the deen. Living your Islam. Brother walks down the street and to the hospital, and a doctor walked by and his name on the name tag says Muhammad or Akbar or Umar or whatever, but it's Muslim. and you say, Salaam alaikum, brother, and he don't say nothing to you, you say, wait a minute, hey, Doc, whoa, wait, whoa, I just salam you. It's your duty to salam me back one equal to what I say to you, or more. Oh, I'm sorry about that, bro. I had my mind on something. You ain't mind, but you got to hit him with that. You got to make him stop doing that. They don't want nobody to know they Muslims. A secret? What secret is there? How are we going to give something that other people see this, the change in us, if we turn around and hide the Islam? Make it a secret? This ain't no secret. No secret thing like the Ku Klux Klan or nothing, or something like that. Or the Knights of Columbus, ain't no secret. We gotta do what we have to do. So I'm trying to talk to you. I'm trying to tell you something. I'm trying to tell you, it's right in these books. It's right in this book, what I'm saying to you. I'm not saying to you something that's not in these books. I'm not saying to you that what Sheikh so-and-so wrote or Imam so-and-so wrote. I'm talking about what came from the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu came down to us all these years. And it's the same stuff that came to him that's in these books. Nothing changed. And that's what I'm trying to say to you. I'm not trying to hide nothing from you. And I need to say this to you. You need to hear it. Excuse me for giving you the coupon. I mean, giving you this TV program in my office. But I have to do that. Like I said to brothers and sisters, the only heat I have is in this area. My other 3 rooms of the house is cold. And I don't want to catch a cold out there giving this TV program. So I brought all the TV stuff into my office. It's crowded in here, so you can see it's all crowded with stuff. Not cleaned up. I brought it into my office in order to give you the program here. And I'm trying to do what I have to do. And I want you to understand that. I want you to know the truth about what I'm doing. I have no money. I'm trying to do what I'm doing. I'm trying to do what I'm doing without money. Maybe that's the reason that nobody wants to listen to me, because I'm not rich. I'm a poor brother. I know there's a lot of Muslims in my state that don't look at television. Or they say they don't look at it. They say they don't have no television in their house. But I'm on the website too. They look at the web, don't they? The web got more garbage on it than the TV. The website got more garbage on it and more open things on it that you should keep it away from your kids and stuff on the web, on the internet, on the website. I know about the programs on there, but all the programs on there, I know about that. But they got all that. But I'm trying to show you here. So so I'm going to continue this. There's a whole program, 2 programs going to be about this. I'm going to continue this and talk to you about what's going on, what you're supposed to be doing. It's a shame that we walking around here every day, not doing our deed, turn around trying to make it match our desires. Do you know that the desires is a way of, it's called, when you start desiring something and falling behind your desires, that's a thing called shirk.